Right, okay, let's go into the world of fantasy. So I'm Whaley, the magic genie, and you've got 3 wishes. What would you do to improve the industry?
Number one would be regulation.
Okay.
And why estate agents don't have to qualify, or at the very least, why the owners of estate agents don't have to qualify and be held up. You can, if you're an absolute toe rag of a person, there's opportunities in the state agency.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be. I remember there was a man who had a very nice shop 3 doors down to ours, like one of these little half shops, where he was selling little glass animals. You know, the sort that you, I don't know, titchy little things, you buy them for your partner at £50 each or whatever. Anyway, I remember walking past there a few days later and he'd opened up as an estate agent. Now, he may have been asked in to somebody's home to value it.
Yeah.
And he might have been the most honest person that there is. So, but he might not just have a clue. And the person believes and trusts him.
And it's just a roll of the dice, isn't it, as to which way they are.
And it's their most expensive and valuable asset.
Yeah.
Is now being handled by a glass animal salesman. So if I could wave that one, definitely I'd wave that. I would definitely wave the one of analyzing your time and doing data and analyzing data and looking and having benchmarks all over the place.
So are we talking here, because one of the things that I mentioned that was fairly challenging when we rolled out the software to you, you had some really really clear ideas about reporting and that side of things for the business. What part does kind of reporting play to you? Is it an important feature? What would that mean to you in the business?
I can't begin to tell you the importance that I would place on it above other things. Okay. It's huge. So we'd set out at the start of a year and we'd say, right, what do we want to turn over in each office this year? And let's just say it was £100.
Yeah.
Right. Our target is £100 because that will give us X% profit. How many sales have we got to do?
Yeah.
To do that number of sales, how many have we got to agree? How many appointments do we have to make? How many applicants do we need to register? How many properties do we need on? And get that number of properties on, how many valuations do we need to go on?
Yeah.
So now I've got all of these KPIs lined up in front of me. And if I'm missing the target on the number of appointments that I need to hit in order to get my £100, on a weekly basis, I'm getting that data. I know where I've got to spend my energies the next week.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just sit there blind at my computer. Yeah. Why on earth would I know that I'm lacking on making appointments? And if anyone's watching this and says, "Oh, because my gut will tell me," then that's stupid of them.
You get loads of false readings from your gut anyway, and I've got a hell of a gut, haven't you? I mean, and that can be very dangerous, can't it, to just believe that. I think gut feel is to reaffirm what you're seeing in terms of the data and the facts themselves.
And the third wish, okay, I know what my third wish would be. So I read a great book called Getting to Yes, all about negotiation from the guys from Harvard. And you can pay to go to Harvard to study on this course. It's a 3-day negotiation course, Simon. It's brilliant.
Oh, wow.
Every industry. And when I was there were like 500 people in the room. And I wanted to ask the guy who was talking a question at the end. I don't remember what the question was. And so this is my third wish of everyone's with me.
Yeah.
Rather than it was just me by myself, because it was such a key moment in my time. And I'm queuing up, and there's a woman in front of me talking to him, and I'm next. And she's talking about someone who works for her. And she's saying, he won't listen. He always knows best. He also always has an answer for everything. He never wants to try anything new. And this Harvard professor turned around to her and said, okay, so he's reached his earning maximum then. And you think, yeah, why, if you're not willing to listen and try something new, and ask, why on earth would you ever be any better?
Okay, makes it right. So that we've solved all the issues in the industry there. What would a modern day you say to a fresh-faced, you're just starting off with your whole career ahead of you? What would you say? What advice would you give?
Play the long game.
Okay.
If I look at myself, if I came across a 17-year-old David Pollock today, I'd probably want to smack him in the mouth. He's arrogant, he's lippy, insecure, but he won't admit that.
Insecure and lippy. I like the combination there. I can relate to that.
Yeah, it was a fun. And you know, that sort of 1980s, you've got to duck, you've got to dodge, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, get in, do a deal, move, that kind of stupidity of the culture. I'd said play the long game.
Okay.
It's what will pay you. Don't sell your soul. Thankfully, I didn't.
Yeah.
Don't sell your soul and play the long game. And watch out for peculiar Liverpudlian-based salesmen. Definitely that. They'll come at you in different ways.
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations on that claim. You're not allowed any money back on that. Dave, I've absolutely, as I genuinely always have, I used to look forwards to our meetings with just absolute enthusiasm. You're one of the people that's affected my career, and I've been lucky enough to, as I said, tick you off as on the list. Thank you so much for taking your time today to talk about it. It's absolutely fascinating to hear it. I was going to say they don't make people like your good self anymore, but I think one of the nice things is you identified it, isn't it? This is an industry that does turn out characters, and you are, you are one of the best. That genuinely, I'd love to just say that anyway.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Cool. Okay, David, thank you very much once more.
All right, Simon, thank you.
Cheers.
See ya. Bye.